Welcome back into the second game, and it is going to be NAVI Junior versus MoneyMakers. MoneyMakers going down that first game to Storm. They're looking to fight this one back. If they win this one, and then NAVI Junior can beat Storm, we go round and round again. But if NAVI Junior win this one, MoneyMakers will be confirmed 6th place, and we'll have that tiebreaker between Storm and NAVI Junior to see which team will be taking up 4th and which one will be taking up 5th. So, as we get ready to get into this one, both teams looking ready, both teams in the lobby, yeah, everybody's ready to go. We should be able to get into it shortly. And again, MoneyMakers, they haven't won now in, can't call it a series though, it was just the one game, but in 3 matchups, they lost against Cybercats, they lost against Sibe, and now they've lost against Storm. It's just not in their favor. I think I'm going to say, you know, we're looking at this matchup. We're looking at the confidence on the team. It was a low-scoring kill game there as well. They weren't super aggressive. They weren't trying to make that one happen. You know, rotating around, finding kills left, right, and center. So as we get ready to go into this one, we'll see if NAVI Junior, like I say, are going to be coming into this one more favorites. In terms of confidence, you know, if they're going to be the ones that are looking to take this one away, put the pressure onto MoneyMakers and try and force them into some mistakes, or if MoneyMakers, if they're going to be able to get themselves back into this one, if they're going to feel comfortable in the game. And yeah, so far, I mean, we can get ourselves into the draft soon, I think. MoneyMakers shouldn't really be coming into this one as the favorites. I know they beat NAVI Junior out 2-1. As we get ourselves into it, we can see the Storm and the Silencer coming out. NAVI Junior go for the Pugner. There is a Medusa there, though, for NAVI Junior if you want to pick it up here to pair with the Pugner. And
Dire team ban.
Yeah. Didn't expect anything different, so the Pango's going to be banned out there as well. So MoneyMaker's actually doing them a favor, banning out that Pango in the first phase, but not the Medusa. Broodmother as well as the Beastmaster and the Spirit Breaker will be taken away, as we'll see. Silencer might be okay, but once this the Medusa starts to get off the right clicks, you know, he doesn't have to rely, well, might have to rely on the Mystic Snake a little bit, but can get it off between the global silencers, has that mad style in the core build anyway. So they ban out the Anti-Mage. What else do you want to see? Ban out Darkseer, Shadow Demon. They can ban them all. And let's say MoneyMaker's doing them a favor. Banning out that Pangolier in the first phase makes it a little bit harder here for MoneyMakers. So, MoneyMakers, where do they want to go in terms of bans? They ban out the Undying. Fair enough. Heroes like the Enigma, the Disruptor would be nice to keep heroes in range of the Medusa, maybe an Axe as well. Because yeah, they do ban out the Darks here. I imagine that third ban for NAVI Junior is going to be the Shadow Demon here. Maybe the Morphlin. Depending on what they prefer. Because they could ban it, they could pick up the Shadow Demon themselves. So, MoneyMakers taking their time over this next set of bans, it seems, banning out the Undying. But I would like to see NAVI Junior ban out the... No, because I suppose the Medusa can go for that quick Lincoln Sphere, as they do ban out the LC. So maybe going in for the Naga Siren here on MoneyMakers.
Radiant team ban.
Yeah, they do ban out the Morph. They don't have that next pick. MoneyMakers can make this next ban and go straight into the next pick. So if they want to, they can pick up the Shadow Demon. Actually going to pick up the Underlord straight away. And NAVI Junior, how do they want to respond? Underlord isn't too bad. You get the control of the Firestorm coming out as well. There's a lot of harass that you can throw out onto the Medusa. Obviously, the Medusa becomes a late game beast, but in the early game doesn't really have too much health, too many stats. If you can burn through that mana, you know, you can get a quick kill onto the Medusa. So having that control to come out on your side in the lane, it does make it a hell of a lot easier to get through that Medusa's mana and then get the kill once that mana shield has been completely eradicated. NAVI Junior just go straight in for the Doom. Good up against the Storm Spirit. You know, the Silencer has been picked up, but if you get that Doom off onto the Storm when he jumps himself in, the hero doesn't really want to be building a Lincoln Sphere at all. And might be forced into it here with that Doom being picked up, because I imagine he is going to be the target. A little bit later on, you're probably going to see the Undying, not the Undying, excuse me, the Underlord with a Lotus. But early on, once that Doom hits a level 6, I do imagine that the Storm Spirit is going to be the target for the ultimate of the Doom. So Navi Junior, what's their fourth pickup here? As Moneymakers... again, the Shadow Demon is available. They can pick that one up as their second support if they want to. Shadow Poison's quite nice at just zoning in the lane. Do a decent amount of damage there. And it should be alright against the Medusa later on in the game. You know, you turn those illusions right back onto the Medusa. So, Navi Junior. What do they want to be picking up? Coming through a lot of reserve time here. Down about a minute through this reserve time. Just to think about what second support, maybe mid lane they want to go for. They could go for a Queen of Pain here. They already know the Storm Spirit's going to be mid. So the Queen of Pain coming out. A really good answer to the Storm Spirit. Does a lot of damage. Going to be the Wind Ranger, actually. Okay, so single target focus damage coming out. Good lockdown if you can get a Shackles off. Okay, fair enough. Nice hero to be able to pick up because for ROBBNROLL goes for that early lockdown on the Storm Spirit. Again, before you get something like a Lincoln Sphere out or a BKB, which means that you can get the lockdown for the damage. The Doom can come in there as well. Follow up with the ultimate. So, let's see how Moneymakers want to respond to this one. They already know it's going to be the Storm Wind Ranger matchup. Carry-wise, what can they still go for? Again, the Naga Siren is still there. Split shot, though, from the Naga Siren is nice. From the Medusa is nice at dealing with the Naga Siren illusions. Carry-wise, Faceless Void might not be too bad here for Moneymakers, whether they're practicing it or not. Phantom Lancer might not be awful. They're going to go for the Slark, though. Okay. Diffusal Blade Builder and can get the Slippery with the Shadow Dance, so he can get himself in right on top of the Medusa. Has to still watch out for the Stone Gaze, though. So it's not a bad pick. I don't mind this pick here for the side of Moneymakers. And we'll see how well he's going to do up against the Doom in the lane. Because the Doom might just be able to run him down Scorched Earth-wise, depending on what the second support for Navi Junior... I mean, this might be the position for Wind Ranger as well. So, you have the lockdown coming through from the Wind Ranger into the Shackles. If you get him off over after the Dark Pact, you know, that's going to be a full duration Shackles. I think it's something like 3.4 seconds with the talent as well. Let me look that up. So yeah, 3.1 without the talent, and then if you do got it's another 0.65, so it can be up to 3.7 on the Shackles there. Though you probably want to go for that minus 12 second focus fire, minus 12% focus fire damage reduction. Because the damage reduction increase did really hurt that focus fire, now up to 30%, was 25%. That 5% can make all the difference in the team fights and how quickly you can burst heroes down. So they ban out the Ench. Moneymakers again, taking the time in the reserve time to think about the ban list. What they want to be taking away, what don't they want to be playing up against, whether this is going to be the position 4 Wind Ranger or if it's going to be that position 2. A lot more common as the 2. So they ban out the Dragonite. Yeah, maybe think this is going to be the position 4 Wind Ranger. Just want to ban out those mid lane heroes again. If you go in that way, I think the Queen of Pain would be a really nice one. You've got a lot of damage to come through against the... Yeah, they ban out the Shadow Demon here from Navi Junior. Which I'm surprised it got so far through the draft. They ban out the Tiny. But Navi Junior, what is their last pickup? Is it going to be that mid-Wind Ranger? Or are we looking at a second chance at picking up their mid laner? And they have themselves 57 seconds left in reserve time after the pick timer. So they can really talk about this one. You know, they can have a discussion. Do they want to put the Wind Ranger mid? Do they want to put it in the off lane here with the Doom? It's a good amount of lockdown, a lot of damage to come through. Can still build into a run of Atos if it wants to. Goes for like braces to keep itself survivable in the early game. So, Navi Junior, what is it they want to draft out here? I still like the Queen of Pain. If this is going to be the position 4 Wind Ranger, I like the Queen of Pain. Does a lot of damage to the Storm in the lane. Sonic Wave to burst down the Slark. If he tries to get a Shadow Dance out on low health, you know, you come in with the Sonic Wave over the top to do the damage. You're going to go for the Puck, though. So Control to come out here from the side of Navi Junior. Not as much of a fan of this one, I don't think. Though I suppose with the Silencer being out, the hypermobility of the Queen of Pain might be impacted somewhat.
10 seconds remaining.
So Moneymakers,
5 seconds.
how do they want to go for this one? They've got themselves 52 seconds left. Again, this reserve time coming through. So, second support on the board. Do they want to go for something like this disruptor? Get the lockdown. The static storm's really nice up against the puck as well. The puck can't get himself in and out. Some good control as well. To get the glimpse back. The Pugner, if you get a good catch onto 2 or 3 heroes in the static storm, you might just be able to burn them down with a firestorm as well. So, Moneymakers, what is the pickup here? 25 seconds left on this hero to decide second support as well. What else have we seen? We saw the Snapfire in the last game. Didn't really do too much. Might do a little bit better with the pounce coming out from the Slark. That leash as well with a Pit of Malice. Storm Threat with a Vortex. What else have we seen? Ench has been banned out. Bat Rider has been completely ignored. They're going to go for a... I don't like this. I really don't like this. It's not a core, so it's not a quick blink dagger. It's gets cleaned up. The Eidolons get cleaned up easily by Got the Juice when he gets a split shot out. You've got... Okay, the global silence is nice, but you have the silence coming through from the Waning Rift to cancel it. If the Waning Rift comes out at a distance, and the puck's not caught in that black hole, you can get the cancel off with the Waning Rift silence. Shackles from a distance as well from Daze. I really don't like this for Moneymakers. I think this is an awful position 4 pickup. Maybe they're going to prove me wrong. You know, that's the motivation of every pro player to prove the caster wrong. But yeah, genuinely do not like this 4th pickup here. The position 4 pickup for the Sound of Moneymakers. There's just way too many ways. Stonegate's coming out from the Medusa as well. The Doom from a distance, if you want to spend that Doom on the Enigma. There's just... Navi Jr. have so many answers for this hero. And maybe they're going to try and think, oh, if we commit a Doom, you know, we get them to commit the Doom onto the Enigma, it means that they don't have to use the Doom onto the Storm Spirit. They don't have that available to them. But the only way to find out how it's really going to go is to get into the game. And before we get into the game, we're going to take a quick word from our sponsors over at EGB.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
So, here it is, our second game in the 3-game round robin to decide. And Navi Jr. coming through not as favourites as well. After that last game, after the poor performance of Moneymakers in the last couple of days, that's really surprising to me. That Navi, it's not long odds against Navi Jr., but the fact that Moneymakers is the favourites coming into this one. So, yeah, that's just a little bit surprising to me. They might try and go for the first blood here. Day's going to be able to get the win run away, taking some damage. But they weren't able to get a decent amount of lockdown on the side of Moneymakers, and everybody's going to be able to get themselves away. Cost Days a little bit of life, a little bit of mana here
30 seconds
on the pause for Windrunner, but for the most part, really just going to be able to shrug this one off. And you can see that Wind Ranger starting with the 3 circlets, just getting those attributes out on the support, because you have that, you know, the build down coming through from the Shackle Shot. Power Shot does a decent amount of damage. Windrun to avoid the Slark as well.
The battle begins.
Enigma trying to go for the snatch here on the bouncer and won't be able to pick it up here. Has to run himself away from the Medusa. The Medusa going to be able to do a decent amount of damage, but now the chase down. The 2 supports are here. Got the Juice out of mana. Mystic Snake will bounce only to the 1 target. They want to Bignum, and Juice losing health. This might actually be enough to get the first blood. It won't be, no. The tick down though, coming through the blood grenade. And Bignum will get that kill. No supports to help him out there. And the Silencer will be able to move through the Twin Gate. So it was a good jump there from Moneymakers to catch out the Medusa on her own. Who has to now TP into the lane. And here the Silencer going to be able to use the Twin Gate. So, okay. Positive start here for Moneymakers. Whether they're going to be able to carry on following this one up, we'll have to find out here. As again, the Mystic Snake only has 1 target to bounce to. Richmond in the lane. I'm not a fan of the puck pickup. I think it's the weakest of all the mainline support, the mainline mid lane heroes. I would have preferred, again, Ember Spirit, Queen of Pain, something like that can run at Igor, put the damage onto him early on, get that harass off. Puck just looks really bad in the current meta. So, let's see just how they're going to try and play around this puck. You know, what damage they're going to be able to do. In terms of farm, the puck is getting ahead. I wonder if it's going to be the Witchblade puck as well. It's got it queued up, so no Italian to Witchblade here for the puck. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Lucas coming through, and this is going to be nerve-wracking. It's not a relegation match, so Moneymakers at least will still be in Division 2 in the next season, which is a ways away. They're going to have a better placement than the bottom two as well in the regional qualifiers, but it's still going to be a bit nerve-wracking, the fact that you're coming into this one on a 3-loss streak. You know, you've not won a match. You have to play right up. You know, there's no break. You play right into this one after that loss. So, how are they going to try and play around it? Igor taking a lot of damage in the mid lane. We've got, I mean, Bignum did pick up the first blood as well, so it is a good start for Moneymakers, but it's how long they can keep this up. Got the juice getting low of mana now as well, but once that Mystic Snake gets a few levels in it, it will start to bounce around, you know, keep this Medusa healthy. That's what I say. Early game, they might be able to put the pressure on, but once the Medusa gets a few points in the split shot, once he gets the Mystic Snake bouncing around as well, those Eidolons are just going to be food for the Medusa. And Bignum, I don't know how well this Enigma pick's going to do. So Juice coming forward. It's got to be a little bit careful now as well, Juice. And you've got the... Yeah, got another blood grenade. God, Juice is going to go down again. He's trying to do what he can with the stick. 1 charges now this time, but Bignum will be able to get the kill. Not taking anything away from the early game. But again, once the 6 is out on the Pugner as well, you've got that redrain to come through from the Pugner, which might be what the Global Silence is for.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Denied.
And let's see. Bottom lane, Lucas looking okay here. In the mid lane, though, Richmond gets low. They do have a lot of damage coming through both these mid laners, and it's up to both of them to try and avoid it. You've got the bottles coming through as well, so a decent amount of regen. BB going to take another blast to the face. Bignum as well can do a lot of damage here. We've already seen him with these blood grenades constantly coming out from the Enigma. He can do a lot of damage onto the Medusa. It's just what Riddies is going to be able to charge back, change back, and what damage they can do. Sorry, just pouring out some water. Thirsty work here, casting. Yeah, what damage he can actually do as the Pugner into this lane once he gets a few levels behind him here. You see the Firestorm coming out onto Got the Juice.
Greetings.
So he does just have to move himself back.
You're bound.
Wind Range is going to rotate off. Going to feel comfortable leaving the Doom alone for a little bit, just to rotate off, get this Pantheon in. That's going to be another thing. Oh, Bignum's going to get low. Was that another blast? Did they get the kill? They don't. He has those stick charges, the full wand on the Enigma, and he's going to be able to keep himself alive, just barely through those Pugner chase down. But it does mean that he has to go back to base.
Denied.
Only 4 minutes in, so not at risk of losing anything like the Wisdom Runes, Bounty Runes, anything like that, but did lose a hell of a lot of health and has to back himself away now, which means that the lane for the Medusa will just be a little bit more comfortable for now. It does have that TP though, and get himself right back into the lane with the TP. And we'll see just how Bignum, how he wants to play around this one. Bottom lane, they might be able to make a move onto Windy now as well. There is going to be the rotation from Bignum, so TP to the bottom lane. And Daze here being chased down by 3 heroes. So the early ganks coming through from the side of Moneymakers. Lucas gets a kill on the board. First permanent Agi there as well as Bignum. Will be able to come through the Twin Gate, but you'd think they'd set up for this here on the side of Navi Jr. Letting the Enigma through on the back line. So, ward goes down. Enigma comes through. Was that control Malefice onto Juice. Juice is losing a whole lot of mana. And only level 3. Now the ward will be down. Juice is losing too much health though. He's got that mana back here from the 1 charges. A couple more in his backpack as well. And yeah, we're going to be chased right back towards this tier 1. Has to use the Tango to get this health back. Shifting it in. Ring of Bassi. Might be enough to sustain in the lane now as well. That mana tick up. It's going to get him up fairly quickly. Bignum on the back line, so he's going to try and pop this salve. They're looking for the backstab. They want to take this away from Got the Juice, and Juice has to move himself away. The Eidolon's trying to do a little bit of damage now as well. The chase down onto the Medusa. Medusa using those 1 charges, but the damage, it's still way too much. Now, in the first 5 minutes of this game, Moneymakers have as many kills as they did in about the first 10-15 minutes in the last one. It's just whether they can keep up this early momentum here. Wind Ranger going to be chased away. So Ego gets himself this regen room, which is going to be great because Ego's already level 6. Bignum gets the double snatch on the bounty runes here as well, so good start here for the side of Moneymakers. So now 3 kills on the Medusa already. Talenter going to start stacking those camps out early on. We'll see how effective that's going to be here for Slayer. PMA. I mean, PMA's nearly level 6 as well. You've got the jump away from Lucas, but once that level 6 comes out from the Doom, I wouldn't be surprised to see them make a move onto Lucas, because Lucas isn't going to have that level 6 first. Bignum going to try and interrupt the farm here now as well. Got the juice, got the 2 points into the split shot, so he's even going to try and farm up some Eidolons.
Courier has been killed.
And this is where, yeah, Riddies gets Bignum's courier as well. It was on the way out, already delivered the wards.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So this might be where they feel comfortable here. You've got effectively a jungle hero coming out for the first time in a long time, as the Underlord feels comfortable in the lane with the Vanguard. Still a decent amount of magic damage to come out from Riddies though. There you go. The Enigma gonna TP back for the Wisdom Rune. But yeah, at the minute, the Underlord pretty much getting a free lane. The Medusa's in the jungle. Riddies already removed himself off the lane. Maybe looking to rotate, get ganks, and put some pressure around the other parts of the map, which means that maybe Moneymakers are going to be forced to follow. But 4 kills up at the minute. Moneymakers having a really good time. Bottom lane, we'll see what Lucas wants to do. PMA is level 6. Has the mana for the Doom now as well, going towards those mana boots. How far away is the Slark from level 6? Because he does get the pull through, about half a level. I don't know if these neutral creeps are going to be enough to get it. Yeah, it's not going to be nowhere near enough to get the level 6 out here for the Slark. Meanwhile, Igor gets himself the Arcane Rune. Falcon's Blade's up already for the Storm Strike as well. How's the poke looking? So just straight up into that Witchblade. Didn't even go back for the null tally. Gonna have it in about 10 gold here as well. Tier 1 tower being pressured. And Lucas, yeah, getting close to that level 6. But again, if you get that Doom off before the Shadow Dance comes out, Lucas is due to be fish food here for the Doom. So you see this 3-man rotation out. Lucas is going to show on the lane here. Going straight towards that Diffusal Blade here on the Slark as well. How's it looking farm-wise? I mean, the Medusa's been killed off 3 times. Moving into the jungle, got more last hits now, about 10 more last hits than the Slark does, and the Slark's being forced into the same position. So this split shot starting to go to work for the Medusa. 3 points into the Mystic Snake, 3 points into the split shot. Mana Shield not being buffed up just yet, but while this is going on, BB will be able to get the tier 1 tower on the top lane. We'll see if PMA, does he want to respond to this one? Got 3 points into the Scorched Earth. We'll pop this one out now. I might be able to put pressure onto the tier 1, but he's just trying to farm these neutrals. Lucas, he's getting pretty low to the neutrals here himself. No real regen left. So just having to wait on the Shadow Dance. Yeah, so which will slow down his farming speed a hell of a lot more. Having to rely on the Shadow Dance passive instead of getting like any tangos or a salve to fly out to him, because he's committing all of his net worth to build into his Diffusal Blade. The Doom, they haven't looked behind the tier 1 tower just yet. They are starting to look to put pressure on, but it does mean that the Silencer's getting some solo XP, getting himself towards that quick 6, about half a level away from that. As the Doom just continues to push in the lane. Hand of Midas to come out for the Doom here as well. Only with 1 point in the Devour. Mid lane, Dream calls for you. Did you get the kill into the Storm Spirit? Power Shot's going to be here now as well. Igor, he doesn't get himself away. Riddies with the Drain now. Is there going to be enough damage to get the kill onto the perk? And Riddies, he couldn't get in range to get the reverse Drain out. The Nether Ward, I think, was the last bit of damage he took. Yeah, the Nether Blast, as well as the Reckless coming through from the Wind Range. It was just enough to get the kill onto the Storm Spirit. In the mid lane, you've got that level 6 on Bignum. Bignum's got himself an Inverse Rune now as well, but the 2 supports on Daze as well as Riddies trying to play away, playing towards that tier 1 tower where they have the vision. But Bignum, the Wind Ranger, comes into this one. Where's he playing around? Does he want to go for the Doom? Going to be the TP's in, so it looks like they might try and apply this pressure. Again, Doom has that level 6 Storm Spirit, going to be able to get the jump in. Was that Vortex? They're going to be able to go with the pounce now as well. Do they have the reveal? The vision comes out. The Doom comes out onto Lucas. Was that Black Hole? Storm Spirit might be able to get the kill to PMA without the Black Hole. Global Stance comes out. Bignum does get the kill at a distance here with the Malefice. 6-1. Having a really good time here. on the side of Moneymakers. After that, I'm going to call it low scoring. Your low kill threshold, not really aggressive, playing it safe, but Moneymakers, they know in this second game, 63% win rate going away of Moneymakers, but we are only 11 minutes into it. We've still got a Medusa on the board with a Pugna. So I'm not ready to call it in Moneymakers' favor just yet. Ooh, okay. Dream Call comes out. You've still got that Black Hole available if you want to go for the Pug. The Winter Rift comes out in the silence now onto the Enigma. The Enigma has that Midnight Pulse down, though. There's going to be the damage, but the kill, it still comes through. He dropped that Black Hole, but Daze was able to get the power shot damage off. And that Black Hole immediately cancelled off. They do take down the Puck again. Yeah, that's the Black Hole down for 3 minutes. Over 3 minutes. Was it 200 seconds on the cooldown on that? That's another reason why the hero feels just so bad. That Black Hole goes down for 3 minutes. You don't have it up. I mean, what's the cooldown on Ravage at level 1? Because it's nowhere near as big as the Black Hole. What is it, like? Yeah, 150 seconds. So it's nowhere near. You're 50 seconds difference on the Ravage. And the Ravage doesn't have to be channeled either. You know, it's not a spell that can be interrupted. Once it's flying, it is out there. You can shout up for Tendrils of the Deep as well. The Doom, how's he looking in terms of net worth? Going to be 3rd. And, well, bounced down to 5th now, but he will have the Devour. Going to have that Hand of Midas coming out for him. So they get the jump onto PMA once again. Did he get the kill, though? He's trying to go towards that Hand of Midas recipe. Went for the Glove of Haste first now, and Riddies might be in danger. While this is going on, the Medusa's just finding free farm. So is the Underlord, though. The Underlord's being able to push out this top lane. Bignum helping him out with the Eidolons as well. They've got a catapult wave to put pressure onto the tier 2. And the Underlord just wants to go straight towards his pipe. Slayer going to be pushed away. They do see the Medusa, but the Medusa's already been farming up these stacks. So the Manta style going to be about halfway though towards the ultimate orb. Yasha is already out. Daze takes some damage here. Richmond comes in onto the stack and God the Juice is like, no. I'm your position 1. Somebody's going to take this creep though, otherwise you're not going to get, yeah, okay, if you just give over to Daze. So a good couple of tier 1 towers taken already from Moneymakers. But in terms of high ground defense, if it gets there so soon, you have the orb to come out, you have the split shot, you have the power shot, and the nether blast here as well. Navi Jr., they have that siege protection coming out through their team. So Medusa just continues to farm here. Underlord is top of the net worth, but Medusa now not too far behind, about 700 gold. And again, with that split shot, should be able to end the Manta style coming out. The Illusion's going to be able to farm up even quicker, be able to split push those lanes. Will be able to get it out and farm up and try and get some equilibrium back in their favor here on the side of Navi Jr. Again, they are 6 kills behind, but it's only about 1,000 gold net worth. It's not a great difference here. It's Global Silence comes out. What they're going to do, trying to get the jump onto the Puck. The Black Hole still not up for 30 seconds. The Puck going to get himself away from this one. The Winter Rift Silence comes out, but Bignum will still get to kill the Eidolons. And this is the power of the Moneymakers draft. They know they have to put the pressure on early. They know the Navi Jr., they have a really good late game. So coming into this one, Soul Crest already out for the Wind Ranger. Coming into this one, they need to be able to take down these early tier 1s, early tier 2s, maybe even get themselves into a Roche pit. There's Bignum. Yeah, okay, Silence is going to disconnect. Storm Spirit here as well, so a bit of lag. Again, hopefully on that quick reset, quick reconnect. Okay, Storm Spirit's back in. Are we good to go? Yep, yeah we are. And yeah, I like the 1 point up for the support Wind Ranger and the Shackle Shot, just because it just means if the Black Hole does come through at a distance, you are going to be able to cancel that one off. Maybe even if, you know, Shackle 2 heroes if there's going to be a lineup. But yeah, the Medusa and the Doom just keep on farming. Igor gets himself the bounty rune. Surprised that nobody's coming back for the Wizard Rune, but I suppose Moneymaker's way too busy on the dire side of the map here, just putting damage in. So,
I'll take that.
Smoke coming out from Moneymakers. Are they going to try and make another move? Maybe potentially onto the Perk. The Black Hole is up this time. And the Enigma already has those Greaves out, so still going towards the position 3 build of the Aura builder here. It does free up the Underlord to be able to go straight into this pipe, into the Crimson Guard as well. So some good protection in these fights. Storm Spirit, yeah, they're going to jump in. Vortex comes out. Pit of Mouse will be here. Shackles, it connects onto the Storm Spirit. Power Shot's going to be here as well. Do you have enough damage because the Silencer already used a global silence, but it looks like the Storm Spirit could be able to back himself away. And Riddy's now being chased down. Powers comes out. They've got the leash. And they've got the kill onto the Pugna. So 11-2. Looking really good for Moneymakers here at the minute. Back in the mid lane, though, a lot of damage coming through on the Wind Ranger. Storm Spirit's going to get the dive in. Should be able to get the kill. One more right click and Daze will go down here. Caught the juice. Got to be real careful. Vortex drag back. Doesn't... he's going to throw out the Storm Gaze now. Gets that stun out. Where's that Doom? Does he want to be following up with the rest of his teammates? Back lines as well. Black Hole. They actually get the catch onto the Doom. The Doom doesn't get his ultimate off. They're going to be able to get this kill.
Dire's middle tower is under
No
attack.
way. It's going to end like this. This fight here. Yeah, the Doom wasn't able to throw his ultimate out. And Bignum just walks up, gets the Black Hole off, and they get the control out onto the Doom. Now the high ground Pit of Mars comes through. Medusa, they've got that reverse drain. They're trying to do what they can. The Global Silence comes out, though. He's trying to do what he can with the Manta Style as well. Pops that one off. Moves himself out of the Pit of Mars. Turns around with a right-click damage, but it's still going to be taken down here. They get the kill onto the Pugna. Jeez. Early aggression lineup here from the side of Moneymakers. They really paying off for them, and it just seems like, yeah, not really a
Dire's
fan
courier has been killed.
of the Enigma, but it is paying off in this game. The Black Hole's being used really effectively. The damage coming out now as well. They've got the early rotation in the ganks, which means that they are able to put this pressure on. And I mean, the Medusa, again, second in terms of net worth, but every time he shows his face, he has 0-4 and 1 on the Medusa, going straight towards that Butterfly. Just being caught out and picked off. So, how are they looking? I mean, Wind Ranger going straight towards the Solar Crest. Going to be extra stats for the support Wind Ranger. I think might be able to find out the Pugna again. Pugna, Storm Spirit's not going to be able to make the jump. And again, this Puck, 0-4 and 2, had literally 0 impact in this game. Richmond is going to be caught out and killed off.
Radiant's courier.
He does get the jump, just jumps right into the Pit of Mouse. And straight up dead. Yeah, I hate this Puck pick. Really the worst of the mid laners being picked up in the current meta. PMA will get the kill onto Slayer. Didn't throw the Doom out for that either, but on the back lines, the jump comes in. They're going to be able to get the kill onto the Doom. PMA goes down. The Puck pickup I hate. The Wind Ranger pickup, not a fan of, though I get the idea behind it. With the long range shackles, can put out a decent amount of damage on the focus fire as well, as a support into like that semi-core build that you usually see from the Enchantresses. And silencers, actually. So we take a look at the silencer. Actually waiting for the Glimmer Cape, so no Force Staff, no Hurricane Pike here to be built up for the silencer. Daze, yeah, he's dead. Trying to go for the TP, the damage is too much. Ego gets the kill. And again, I think if the...
Stupendous!
I'm putting this on the draft. Navi, they got that Medusa out, maybe baited into the Medusa pick. You know, Moneymakers are like, oh, let's ban out the Pangolier, let's tease that one. Nope, not pick it up ourselves. And Moneymakers just hitting a second gear in this game. High tempo, great kills, good rotations.
Under attack.
Medusa, well, might be caught out here. Do they want to try and make this jump? Yep, Juice backlines once again. Pit of Mars comes out. He's got that Manta Style. Maybe waiting for the Global Silence, which is up now as well. The damage coming through the Vortex is going to be there. Did he take away the mana? And now, Global Silence comes out, but he's already used the Manta Style, so Storm Gaze is going to be used here. Did he get the control come through? Was that damage going to come through? Reverse drain from the Pugna, trying to keep him alive. The Doom now as well. He get that jump out, but did he want to get the kill here? They get the Doom onto Lucas. Lucas going to be shot out. He might be able to take down the Enigma. The Enigma, ooh, he had his hands up. He was waving for that Black Hole, and Ego trying to do what he can with the Vortex to get the kill onto the Slug. And Daze will be taken down on the back lines by BB. But to get a chase out, are they going to be able to get the kill into the Silencers now as well? Slayer's trying to get himself away, but PMA too fast. Glimmer Cape will be here. Do they have the reveal? Waiting for that Glimmer Cape to wear off. They'll be coming out in a second or so, so the Infernal Blade comes out. But Navi Jr. just give it up. They don't chase after this one. All three cores are chasing onto that Silencer. They just turn around and walk away. Scribbles on the map. Lucas is saying this is where we want to be taken over. How's the Doom looking? Got that Hand of Midas. Going towards the BKB Blink Dagger.
Denied.
Yeah, Doom's back up in 85 here as well. We can see on the top of the screen. All the big ultimates here for the side of NAVI. Going to be up soon, apart from the Doom, which is down for another, like, 77 seconds or so. Meanwhile, on the side of Moneymakers, that Global Silence down for 50-ish.
Haste.
The perk is 0, 5, and 4. Going towards a Yule Scepter now. So no Sanjin Kaya out. Has to go super defensive here on the perk, because he really does have to worry about that Global Silence coming through. And yeah, he's just straight up not having a good time on him. The jump comes in. Oh, they were trying to find the catch once he got the Juice. No real follow though. Juice is still farming onto these Ancients, which may be a bit of a mistake, but Slark as well as the Enigma will back themselves away. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, BB comes in. Just trying to find the farm up. Do you want to try and go for this one? Again, the Doom is down for the next 28 seconds. Global Silence is up in 3 though. They might be able to find an opening here between the Global Silence coming up before the Doom's back up, where it's really comfortable for them to just get back into the game. We'll see, Lucas, they want to go into the Roach Pit. They want to make this happen here. There's no vision close here, even to think about this from the side of the Dire. Maybe if they see every hero missing off the map, but I don't even know if they want to go for this. So Doom is back up now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And yeah, it's already halfway down, so you're going to get the Sages here for the Storm Spirit. It's going to be a lot harder to pick him off, even if you do get the Doom coming out for him. So Scan will be here. Radiant and Dire both scanning out, but it's not on the pit. And they don't know where this is. So yeah, free Roshan going the way of Moneymakers. Underlord going towards the Heaven's Halberd as well. Already got that Crimson Guard as well as the Pipe coming out for him. Bigging him with the Greaves. And that Solar Crest to come out. Blink Dagger will be next here. It's looking really good for the Enigma. I know I trashed on this hero, but yeah, it's looked 7, 2, and 8 here on the Enigma. Had a really good laning stage. Great start for him. Man, then he could go in towards the mech, the Mana Boots, the Solar Crest. And now, oh, we're going to see a Shackle. Do they want to try and follow up on this one, though? The Doom comes out onto the Underlord. He's a big tanky boy. The Pipe was out first as well. Surely they don't get this kill. Yeah, they chase too far. Look at this. He's not taking any damage. Literally unkillable. The Crimson Guard as well as the Pipe was popped. And then the Doom comes out. That's just a massive throw. And now Navi Jr., they don't have the ultimate. They don't have the Focus Fire. For the, well, Focus Fire for 50 seconds. The ultimate on the Doom for 120 seconds. 2 minutes on this cooldown. Trying to get himself as quickly as possible towards that level 20 so he gets that minus 35 second cooldown on the Doom. And we'll see
Dire's top tower
whether he's going
is
to go
under
towards an
attack.
Octarine Core after the Blink Dagger as well. But, I mean, this is good for Moneymakers. If they win this one, and then Storm beat Navi Jr., Moneymakers will finish 5th place. If Navi Jr. happen to beat Storm, though, we will get a... if Moneymakers win this one, Navi Jr. beat Storm, we go around once again to see if we're going to be able to break that tie. Got the Juice going to be coming in. Has that Storm Gaze. There's going to be a Butterfly available to him now as well. Has a decent amount of damage going towards the Skadi here on the Medusa. Pipeline, jump away from the puck. PMA, decent amount of control. Did you want to get a kill onto PMA? PMA doesn't have that Doom for another 60 seconds. Now the Vortex comes out here. Global Silence will be used, but PMA comes away with the BKB. Do they have the damage to get the kill? Still the Silence here on the Medusa. Medusa has that Mantis style if he wants to use it, but he should be able to get the kill onto Riddies. Riddies goes down. Igor claims that one. Double Shackle Shot, but no follow-up. And what can you do? I mean, the perk has fuck all damage. He doesn't, you know, like, no Sonic Wave, no Scream that you get with the Queen of Pain. Ember Spirit with a Flame Guard coming through, the Sleight of Fist, as well as the Searing Chains for lockdown, or the, I mean, what else are we seeing in the mid lane? We're seeing the Necrophos, so Reaper Sights, Heartstopper Aura, Death Pulses coming through. This perk does, like you say, does absolutely nothing after the Dream Call and Slayer. They're going to be able to get a kill into Dace. This game is over. Navi Jr., the Medusa is still looking to build up, but it just feels like Moneymakers, they have this momentum in their favor. And yeah, Navi Jr. just don't have the abilities to take fights at the minute. And again, maybe if this game goes for another 20-25 minutes, the Medusa does become that unstoppable beast. But it just feels like Navi Jr. are struggling to keep up here in this game. And Puck, he might go down again. Yeah, the Black Hole's going to be there. They get the kill. Lucas going to be able to get the credit for that, so he gets himself another permanent Agi on the board as well. 9 permanent Agi for the slot coming into this game. Going towards a Lincoln Sphere next as well.
Dire's top
Igor
tower
gets the kill
is
onto
under
PMA.
attack.
Yeah, this is pretty much... I'm looking at this game, and I don't see any fight back from Navi. It just feels like they're rolling over every single fight. Jump in. They might be able to get the kill onto Riddies. The Nether Ward does come through, but they've got the control of the Vortex. Yeah, Firestorm into the Pit of Mars now as well. Riddies trying to do a counter the Drain. Doesn't matter. They've got the damage. They're going to be able to break this racks. So, dive in. Daze. Bignum comes in. Or use that black hole. Midnight Pulse. Pit of Mars comes out now as well to get the kill onto Daze. 2 heroes dead without buyback here. 2 with buyback. But do you really want to commit it with those low respawn timers here? 30 seconds all on the Wind Ranger. So they are going to give up a tier 3 tower for this one. Maybe even a lane of racks. The Puck is back. And Moneymakers, they just clean up. They can back themselves away. They get this melee racks now as well. So range racks will survive, but the lane will push in thanks to those super melee creeps. They can back themselves away. They still have the Aegis for another minute or so.
Radiant's top tower is
No,
under
another
attack.
35 seconds. Okay, so my time wasn't that far off. But yeah, 32 seconds on the Storm Spirit before the Aegis goes down. He's really not looked in danger at all in this game. Dive comes in. Wants to go to the back lines. Wants to pop this Aegis now as well. Global Silence. Trying to get the kill onto the Pugna. The Pugna drops another wall, but you get that leap in. And Lucas gets himself another kill on the board here. Back lines, Global Silence has been used. The Shackles and Silencer, though. The Silencer, Crimson Guard comes through. They've got the heals coming through from the mech, as well as that pipe and the Silencer. Look at how quickly, how long it takes to burn him down. BKB comes up. Bignum will be shackled up now. Okay, so good couple of kills. It is going to cost him the Pugna. He just gets reclaimed. BB gets the TP away. Sure, signs of life here for the side of Navi Jr. Fighting back into this one. But what can they really do with this? They have the Doom up. They have the Storm Gaze up. They've got the Wind Ranger now building towards, I assume, a 4-staff. Try and get the pushes away. Going into the Shard next. But look at this. Lucas, he just wants to come in. He wants to kill onto Riddies. Riddies is going to show the dive comes out. The Orcs for the Silence. They get another kill. They're going to be able to clean up on this lane of racks. Just straight up easy here for the sound of Moneymakers. Great execution. And we've got a Puck 1, 6, and 5 here. Meanwhile, the Storm Spirit 12, 1, and 9. Silencer 2, 2, and 19. Net worth wise, that Puck is closer. Both the Puck and the Doom closer to the Enigma than they are to the Storm Spirit. That shows just how well it's gone for Moneymakers, just how badly it's going here for Navi. As it looks like Moneymakers, they're going to group up for another tier 2. Hell, they might just carry on pushing. The Aegis is gone. But their ability to win fights at the minute, Global Silence is down for another 13 seconds. Black Hole from 2 as well. So they're going to have some good timings here on the side of Moneymakers to be able to try and win these fights.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Igor just looking to get some farm up. What's he looking towards? I mean, he's already got that Orchid, which doubles up with the Global Silence as well. Makes it easy to get the jump onto someone like the Pugna.
Little treasures.
But can this Medusa drag Navi Jr. kicking and screaming back into this game? The Scardy's going to be next into a Silver Edge, it looks like here for the Medusa. The Medusa has the gold. The courier is dead though, so it doesn't actually walk over to the secret shop to finish off the Scardy. Just, I mean, excuse me, he was about 200 gold away. But still, can complete the Scardy up now. Maybe just... he's got no courier for the next 14 seconds. Moneymakers, they're looking to push in. He's not going to be able to get his courier out now as well, because they're hanging around the secret shop. So even when it's back up, he might just straight up lose it again. They have to fight out as a team here to get the Medusa to the secret shop to get him towards the Scardy. So they're going to go for a 5-man smoke. Who can they find here, though? Slark going to be able to get himself away. The Shackle, Lincoln Sphere gets broken and nothing latches out. Medusa fires it up. Scardy's up now. So big item here for the Medusa. 1, 4, and 5 here on the Snake Lady. How's that going to play out? Igor gets himself a shield rune. So what's that? Another 1100, 1150 health left on the Storm Spirit. Or, excuse me, barrier to come out on the Storm Spirit. As the Underlord just continues to push out this top lane. And now we're going to see the 4-man smoke coming through. They're looking to backstab onto Navi Jr. They probably want to defend out. No. Roshan's going to be 7 seconds away. This is going to be a daytime Roshan. If anyone checks this pit, Which nobody does. So, high ground on high ground fight. Puck's away from this. This is going to be a 4v5. Jumping from the Storm Spirit on the back lines. They get the lockdown. They're going to get the kill. They take him down. He's got no buyback here. I think if they clean up, Black Hole comes through, catches onto the Wind Ranger as well as the Medusa. Global Silence will be used now as well. They're going to be able to get the kill onto the Medusa. Medusa slowly being burnt out of mana. Nobody here has buybacks to get the kill onto the Medusa. This is just
Radiant's
GG.
middle tower is under attack.
They might even be able to finish it with Riddies before the game ends. Yeah. It was just way too easy for the side of Moneymakers. Early game, fighty lineup. They maybe baited that Medusa pick. And that last pick, Puck, did absolutely nothing for the side of Navi. It was... Don't get me wrong. You know, I like Richmond. I think he's a good player. But that last pick on the Puck, it was god-awful. I'm not putting it right down to that one pick. Days on the Wind Ranger wasn't able to have an impact. The Doom didn't look for early Dooms onto the slot. Got one off, then nothing after that. Juice just kept on getting caught out and dying. You know, you can see that Navi Jr., I mean, me and Hurry have talked about how well they've done in the games that they've been winning, but a game like this where they give up an early lead, they just seem to really drop off and can't get themselves back into it. And that's the weakness here. So, if they're able to buck up their ideas, get themselves into a good place before this and win this next game, we will go for another round of tiebreakers. We'll be going for a second round on the merry-go-round. But if Storm win this one up against Navi Jr., it means that Storm get 4th place, Moneymakers will get 5th place, and Navi Jr. with the 2 losses will get 6th place. We'll find out how that's going to break down after this break.